bit about our trains in Spain, the luxury rail, as well as the Renfe high-speed trains and commuter lines. So here with us is Supinder Singh, the president and CEO of Palace Tours. He's going to tell you a little bit about these options.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, evening for the East Coast people, of course. Some of you I know have traveled with us in the past, and for the new people, I am going to just give you a little bit overview of what Palace Tours and Palace Trains are. Palace Tours is the largest, pretty much, representative of Renfe and train networks in Ecuador, as well as luxury trains in India, in the United States. And we represent Renfe directly in the United States. We started off just representing the luxury trains of Spain. That was the Al Andalus or El Transcantábrico or Expresa de la Robla, which was back in 2010. But then we grew into the regular Renfe trains also. So if anybody wants a ticket from Madrid to Barcelona or Madrid to Malaga or Barcelona to Sevilla, these also are available through us, and I will go over all of those options with you. Spain by rail, probably the most modern network of railway in the world, is very well known for its high-speed trains. This is the network of railway as it stood last year. Things in Spain are changing very rapidly. You have new rail lines and new infrastructure being built. The main ones, however, the main lines which Spain is very popular for are the Renfe high-speed trains, which are called AVE. So those trains are, if you will see the cursor here, from Barcelona to Madrid, Madrid to Sevilla, Madrid to Cordoba, Madrid to Malaga. In November, it is slated, but we don't know yet fully, but the train track between Madrid and Granada will also be upgraded to a high-speed track. Again, that is a goal that Renfe has, and they're working every day for making sure that these goals are achieved. These are the lines in bold. The best part about these trains is, of course, the connectivity from one region to the other at a very high speed. Just imagine the distance between Madrid and Barcelona is covered in 2.5 hours, train station to train station, which are kind of city center in both ends, which leads us to, takes away all these problems of going to the airport 2 hours ahead of time, checking in, and going through all that security process, limitations of luggage. Well, there is certain limitation in this also, but it is not as rigid as the airlines. But in 2.5 hours, the amount of time that you would spend only getting in, checking in into, let's say, Madrid, by that time you would be at the other end in Barcelona. So you have a 2.5 hour distance between Madrid, Barcelona, Madrid, Malaga, Madrid, Sevilla, and hopefully very soon Madrid, Granada. And the other lines that you see all around here, these do not reflect all the lines, but these are the major lines. These run the Avant, or Avant is the medium speed rail that is there, which you can compare to Amtrak in the United States. And so if you will see here, the Madrid to Santiago train which is up here. This train will go from Madrid to Valladolid in a high-speed mode, and then just marvel of engineering, the train tracks change, and so does the trains wheels also, they compress compress, and they go on a lower speed to Santiago. So that's how this train network is. Just to give you an idea of how the trains, of what areas the trains can be used in Spain, these are the high-speed trains, of course, as I just mentioned. How do you travel? You can buy, of course, single point-to-point tickets, Madrid-Barcelona, Madrid-Malaga, and whatnot. Another good option is the rail passes. The rail passes allow you for purchase. You purchase the rail pass, and you have a fixed price for 4 journeys, or 6 journeys, 8 journeys, or 12 journeys. Rule of thumb is if your train ticket is worth about $60 or more, then you would be, and you have multiple journeys to take, then it'll be worth it for you to consider a rail pass, because it's a totally flexible ticket system that you get. You can use it in 6 months, but you have to use it all within 30 days of the first use of the pass. So let's say you want to do a trip between Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla, Granada, Madrid. All of that can be done in 4 pass or 4 trip pass, and that one will cost you about $230 at this time, which is very reasonable as compared to you would go buy each ticket. Each ticket is going to run you approximately about $100 or more. And so this is a great option if you know, if you need some flexibility, and these tickets can be changed. You can issue the tickets yourself at your end. So we give you the pass, and you can get those tickets. The main the things that we are focused on today are the luxury train journeys in Spain. These are kind of virtually moving hotels in different parts of Spain, moving hotels with your own private room, with attached bathrooms, all meals included, sightseeing included, all of pretty much everything that you need for the trip is included. In Spain, you do not have the system of tipping. So tipping is whatever it is, it's minimal. I know American tourists or travelers like to tip, but there is no concept of tipping in Spain. So everything pretty much is included in the different trains that are offered in Spain. You have all your entrance to monuments like Guggenheim Museum or Rolls-Royce Museum, or entrance to the Alhambra. They're all included in these trips. The most popular train that has been there since 2011 for the tourists that we have booked is the El Transcantábrico Gran Lujo, which is the most high-end train that is there in Spain. Now, before I go forward, I must preface the whole thing with the fact that there is a lot of changes happening every day in Renfe, and you hear it in the news every day with the changes in Spain that are happening. Renfe is not immune to the changes that are happening in Spain, and there is a lot of stuff that is going to change in 2015, but only for the better. And I will go over that also. Coming back to the Gran Lujo, this has been running since 2014. The original trains, in terms of luxury trains, have actually been running since 1983. They've not been promoted to the foreign market because the Spanish traffic was enough for them. After the recession hit and everything, they started looking all over the place, and that's the reality of things. And it has become a very popular option. Coming back to the Gran Lujo, it runs on the northern coastline of Spain, which is from San Sebastian to Santiago de Compostela. This route is in the northernmost part of Spain, and it is a week-long trip between San Sebastian to Santiago, or Santiago to San Sebastian, and along the way, which is very well known as the Way of St. James, or Camino de Santiago. Right around the French border is San Sebastian, known for its food. You have the most the maximum number of Michelin star restaurants per capita are in San Sebastian. Going from there to Bilbao, there used to be a time people would say you're not a chef until you've cooked in Bilbao. Santander, home of the oldest casino in Spain, the oldest Grand Casino. Then you have the Santillana del Mar, home to Altamira Caves. The oldest cave paintings are in Santillana del Mar. Going all the way to beautiful town of Gijón, and through Picos de Europa, and going into Oviedo, known for its apple cider, going to Ribadeo, where you have Cathedral Beach, where natural beauty just comes on alive. You have, in the morning, you have a whole different landscape versus the evening when the high tide is there. You can just go through a few pictures here for those. Bilbao, home of the Guggenheim Museum, Santander, beautiful coastal town, and the Altamira Caves in Mar. And this is what I was talking about, the highlights of Ribadeo. You have in high tide, this is the view from the top, in where you have almost 7 to 8 meters of water, and during low tide you have almost 100 meters of beach that you can walk on. The train itself has it's pretty big and unique in the sense that it has only, or currently it has only 14-room train, 2 rooms to each train car, and you have a private sitting area, a sleeping area, and a bathroom, of course, which has all the amenities that you may need, as well as a hydro sauna. It is an railway engineering marvel in itself, because it's all a small track, and to put such big rooms on a train that is running on narrow gauge, or not narrow gauge but meter gauge, is it has been an interesting improvement. Coming to the configuration of the beds, you can choose to have matrimonial beds or 2 twin beds in the sleeping area. There is a dining car on board. You have a sitting lounge, which gives you an opportunity to have a view of the landscapes on the side. You have a fully equipped car. And this is the other view of the lounge. Again, all meals included, sightseeing included, and entrances and everything included on the train. You have El Transcantábrico Clásico, which is the original train. This is the basis on which the Gran Lujo was made. El Transcantábrico Clásico or it used to be, are known as Junits now. There is a total of 28 rooms on the train, so total occupancy of 56 guests on the train. The route is very similar, but a little longer, starting from Leon to Bilbao and then going towards Santiago de Compostela. So this part is common from Bilbao to Santiago, and from Leon to Bilbao is the added trip. One Saturday, the train leaves from Santiago and the following Saturday it reaches Lyon, and then Lyon the same evening or same afternoon it leaves from Lyon and reaches Santiago de Compostela the following Saturday. The area that you see here in red is covered by coach or by bus. The room size on this train is virtually half because you do not have a sitting area on the train on the rooms. However, it is pretty decent size. You have enough for airline size suitcases in the room and big windows on the side. And then you have the attached bathroom. That is a requirement on all of our trains. They have to have an attached bathroom if there is a room on the train. Since the configuration of the train is small, it is running on a gauge. We need enough room here to have the catering staff pass by. So the configuration is one and one on each side on this particular train. There is a bar car, of course, which they convert some area of it to a dance floor in the evening when you have a cultural program that happens. And this is how the bar looks. You have all sorts of wine and spirits available, or beer, whatever you would like. You can have that on board. These are not included when you take it from the bar, but wine is usually included at the time of meals. Coming to 2015, there is an important change that is happening to these trains. And as I mentioned before, there are two separate trains right now, Gran Lujo as well as the Classico, and the size of the rooms is different. In 2015, we will be merging the two trains in the sense of there will be half, we will take half of Gran Lujo suites and run them on this route along with half of the deluxe suites or junior suites. So you've got a same train where the occupancy was only 14 rooms, it will become 20 rooms, but out of which 12 rooms will be probably, about 12 rooms will be of the junior suite class. So you will have two separate classes. Starting tomorrow, any bookings that are being made, we have to clearly specify that what kind of a class class suite we are looking for. However, the itinerary is going to stay the same. The good part is there will be an opportunity for more people to be able to travel on the train. We've seen last 2 years that this northern Spain, this Gran Lujo route was fully sold out, 100%, and people were on waiting lists. This gives an opportunity for more people to be able to travel on this route, as well as on this also. But the biggest thing was that there was the demand for bigger rooms, in which they are trying to fulfill in both the routes. The same trains, same concept. One Saturday, the train will start from Santiago de Compostela. On the same day, the train from Lyon will depart. They will probably cross paths somewhere in Oviedo, where the Gran Lujo will also be there, going this way to the east, and the Lyon train is going to be going westbound at that time around the same day. But they're not going to be two physical. They will not be branded as two physical trains. Both the routes will be available, and both the routes will have two types of classes. The main difference in these two classes is size of the rooms. Also, when you book a Gran Lujo suite, you get the opportunity that you can get a first class ticket from anywhere in Spain to the starting point and to anywhere in Spain after the starting point. So even if you're in Malaga, they will provide you a train ticket from Malaga to San Sebastian and or Leon, and then from Santiago to Madrid or wherever you need to go within Spain on first class. So that's the advantage of a Gran Lujo ticket, which runs approximately €100 a person. That's a big difference. Plus the size of the room, of course, is a huge thing. There is a trade-off in the smaller room, but it provides a great value for money. And most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, you're out and about during the day. Your train is stationary. So if you want, you can go out. Let's say you're in Santander. You can go to the casino, you can go take a walk in the Old Town or Old Quarter in Bilbao, and then you can come back to the train. The best part about these trains is that where most of the places where these trains are stationed, these are very close to the Old Town, or they're right in the middle of Old Town, and which means you can literally walk, and let's say, as I said, in Bilbao, you can go out and have pinchos and then come back in the late at night and have a secure place in the city center. After the grand success of the two northern Spain trains, this particular train, the Al-Andalus train, started in the southern Spain region of Andalusia. This started in 2012. And as of today, in fact, Patricia Schulz, the author of 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, she just boarded this train today with her group, which we are managing for her. And the train is a historic train. The northern Spain trains are more modern, and this one is a historic train. It comes from the British royal family times, and then it went to the French, and then here to Spain. And the train is actually running on a bigger track. It goes through Andalusia. The areas that it covers, as you can see, is from Sevilla to it goes to Cadiz, Jerez. It goes to Malaga, or not to Malaga, I apologize, to Ronda, which is and going to Granada and Cordoba, and coming back to Sevilla. The train, as I said, this is Sevilla, going to Cadiz and Jerez. Jerez has this area is famous for the Royal School of Equestrian Art. This is the where the Andalusian horses are trained, and you get to see the horses in the horse show, and very interesting way they show you how these horses are trained over time. You go taste the sherry wine. This is the famous sherry wine in southern Spain. Then we go to Ronda, which is the birthplace of bullfighting. The oldest bull ring in the world is found in Ronda. This is the bull ring, and the famous gorge of Ronda is here. Then we head out to Granada, which is home of the Alhambra. You have dinner in a restaurant with the backdrop of the Alhambra. We go visit the Alhambra. In fact, this group is among the first ones to get entrance into the Alhambra Palace, just because we are friends of the Alhambra's government to government. We see a flamenco show, another flamenco show in the Tablao in Granada. Then from there we head to Jaén, which has the olive oil. This is the Cayenne is the olive oil capital of the world. The maximum amount of olive oil is produced in the region of Cayenne in Andalusia, and you get to go to see a museum of olive oil where they show you how how it all evolved from time over time. And how they harvest the olives and how the whole thing is processed. From there we go into Cordoba, a magnificent showcase of the three cultures of Moorish or Islamic, Christian, and Jewish architecture, and that has come together in one place. You have the Mosque Cathedral, which has which used to be a cathedral, and when the Moors came, it partly turned into a mosque. Then it started over years. It became more of a mosque, a cathedral. Then it became more of a cathedral, then a mosque. And it is, and you can see the changes that have happened over the years, and all of that with the all of this area surrounded by a Jewish quarter. So it is gives you a great feel of history and when people would be how people live when they used to live together. Then you would have the physical train. This is the train. As you can see, it is restored, keeping in mind the design of Andalusia. And during the day, this is a luxury suite, or a superior suite, as they call it, where they have a big sofa. Sofa gets converted into a bed in the evening, but during the day, you can make it into a sofa, or you can leave it as it is. And they make a bed in the evening. You have, this is a matrimonial bed with luxury suite. You have the option of getting a twin bedded suite, which is two beds in an L-shaped form. These are called the deluxe suites or suite standard. You can, both of them have an attached bathroom. The only thing to keep in mind is that the first 5 cars, the way the train is configured, you have the club car, the bar car, club car, and the reception car. And then you have this 5 series of superior rooms or luxury rooms, 5 cars of luxury rooms. So we have 4 rooms each. So each of those train cars have 4 rooms, which translates to about 20 rooms in luxury category, which is this kind, which has a matrimonial bed. Then from there you have after the 5 cars, you have 2 cars of these superior rooms or deluxe rooms, which have twin beds, but each train car has 6 rooms. So you're talking approximately 20% lesser space in the, and it is towards the end of the train car. That's the negative aspect. The good aspect, most of the time you're out and about of the room anyway, and there's something to keep in mind when you're choosing the type of rooms. If somebody needs some additional assistance in walking, or they're not able to walk all the way up, it is better to not take this particular type of suite, because you will end up walking at least 5 cars to reach the club car. They try not to open all the doors. They can, but they try not to open all the doors of the train from a safety security standpoint, but they can do that if needed. Each room has a full bath, as well as a shower and a toilet, and a closet. The closet also has a mini. So every morning when you're having breakfast, you can pick any fruit juices or anything, keep them in your minibar, and it's all complimentary. This is the lounge car, which has a reception area or check-in area. The dining car is a little different than what you saw in the northern Spain, because here only, even though it's done in one configuration that's shown, but on the other side have 3-seaters, so you can actually, or comfortably, four people be seated, or 2+2, but if needed you can have 3+3 configuration also on the other side, because the train is running on a bigger track. This is the bar area, and you have a sitting lounge with it. Another view of the bar. That particular itinerary that I just showed you is the highlight, or the most important itinerary in southern of the Al-Andalus Express, or Al-Andalus train, which showcases Andalusia, which is your area right here. Keep in mind that during the summer months, this train cannot run comfortably in Andalusia, because it becomes very hot. This particular area, you would be looking at about 110 degrees temperatures at certain times, especially in Granada or places where it is low altitude. And instead of stopping the train for the 2.5 months that we have in the summer, we take this train from Sevilla to Madrid. This is one route. You only have this trip once the train is going up and once the train is coming back after summer. During the other times, this train does other signature journeys, one of them being the wine route, which is from Zaragoza to Valladolid and to Leon. This particular route is all through the wine country. So from Zaragoza, it will go to Marqués de Riscal winery, so all La Rioja region. You will go from there to Leon, and all of this is the Duero wine region, and you end up in Leon. The other itinerary is from Leon to Santiago de Compostela, which is the shorter version of Camino de Santiago. So you have 1 and 2, these two itineraries, which are very popular, but there are only 4 journeys in the year, and that is also because this is only in the summer, as we cannot run the train in southern Spain during that time, just because of the heat. You're virtually talking a cooking oven travel. The next train that we have is Expresa de la Robla, which is a economy version of a luxury train. You have a 2 short routes, 2-night itineraries, 3-night itineraries, starting in Bilbao. It'll go from Bilbao to Santillana del Mar, and then coming back to Bilbao, or Bilbao to Leon, and Leon to Bilbao. Bilbao to Leon and back. It'll be just one trip. The train itself is a little different. Here, you do not have a concept of double beds. You have 2 beds on top of each other. This all goes in northern Spain, so keep in mind that the bed size is about 6 feet. So if you're tall, this might not be the right train for you. Or if you're looking for a matrimonial bed, this might not be the right train, because even though it provides a 2-day or short journeys or anything, it was actually targeted towards the Spaniards. The room looks like this. So you have a small bed, and then this bunk bed can be pulled out in the evening. You have your dining car, and same exact concept as the others, but in a more economy fashion. The other part that you keep in mind is that the train between the El Transcantabrico train is also available for 4 to 5 days or even 2 nights in certain cases, in certain routes. So if you call us, we will be able to tell you if there is a particular route available. So you can have the same budget type of, if budget is a constraint, you can have that as an opportunity for, or if time is a constraint, then you can use the train only for 2 nights or 3 nights or something, and from point A to point B instead of taking the whole trip. Do I recommend it? Not really, because it has its own charm for the whole trip, but of course it's an option that is available. A lot of people ask me what are the advantages of these train tours, that instead of, oh, I could just book a hotel and I could take a car and I could just do this, or compared to a bus tour, this is a lot more expensive. But here's what we are looking at. If you let's say take any other bus tour or car tour or whatever, the ground reality is that you will not, first of all, you end up spending the petty money between, so Alhambra tickets and your Guggenheim Museum tickets, or Rolls-Royce Museum tickets, or entrance to the Altamira Caves. That part is missing. The other thing is you end up packing and unpacking every day. Every morning, if you do a bus tour or anything, you will find yourself spending time packing, unpacking, checking in out into the hotel, checking out of the hotel. On an average, everyone spends about an hour to 2 hours every day just doing that, if you want to see so many sites in the train or in the same route. And that would mean approximately 1 full day out of a week that you waste just packing, unpacking, checking in, checking out, or having lunches or dinners that take away your time. Here, sometimes you cut that time and you're traveling while you're, let's say, having breakfast. So all of this adds up. You put a price tag to your time, as well as in reality you add your hotels, you add your sightseeing part and everything. End of the day, it'll come out to be ballpark the same, but you're doing it in a much more luxurious way here. And those are the advantages. No packing, unpacking, no checking in, checking out, everything included. That's the advantage of the trains, and that's what has made them very successful over the years. That's all I believe I have at this time for the trains in Spain, but I am ready to take any questions that you may have at this time.
So if you want, you can just enter your questions into the chat box and we can answer any of those that you might have. One that we have is, do they cater to any dietary restrictions?
It's a good question. Yes, they do. As long as we know, ahead of time, we can inform the train, and they do take care of it. The main that you have to keep in mind is that in northern Spain, it is a little harder for catering to the vegetarian clientele. Little harder, but doesn't mean it's impossible. The only reason is that the train staff, we procure food as we go along, or we taste the local cuisine. We do not get packed lunches or packed dinners. We go to local restaurants. So local cuisine, which Spain or every Spaniard is very, very protective about and proud of, is what we taste. So it could be shellfish, it could be steak or anything. All of those are something that are unique to the area, and we will be able to cater to that, cater to any restrictions like, oh, I cannot have beef, or then you can get fish. If you're allergic to shellfish, then you can take care of that.
Next question is there air conditioning on the trains?
Is there air conditioning? Yes, all the trains have temperature control thing in the room.
Going back to the food, is there usually a choice of entree?
Is there a choice of entree? Yes, it does, and that is especially true in the restaurants, because most of the time all your restaurant, your meals or lunches are in the restaurants. So you can ask for, okay, they will try to serve you plated, but then you can get an option or meat or anything else. But it is a 3-course meal at least, and Spaniards take the time.
Next, is there a discount for booking more than one train tour?
It's a yes, but there is limitations. Yes, there is. I think that's a question we should be possibly taking offline, because we can provide you with the best deals available because we represent Renfe directly. So we can definitely pass on everything that is the best deal. But that's.
Next, how much time in advance do you recommend booking the trip?
Oh, that's a tough one, because some of the tours do get sold out very early in the year. Like especially September is pretty much a dead sold time. April does get sold out pretty quickly because of Easter, because of the holidays that we have. So certain months, April and September, absolutely they will get sold out. Also depends on which train it is. The Gran Lujo used to get sold out because for all the summer months very quickly, but because it is the Gran Lujo provides is in northern Spain, and whereas the southern Spain trains will get sold out in April and May and September, and they sell out very quickly because there's only limited number of rooms.
All right, great. So the next question: how many meals are provided outside the train?
Ballpark about 60% is outside the train. On across the board is what you would be looking at.
Next, are all the tours included in the?
Yes, everything. It's an all-inclusive trip.
Do you offer group pricing? If so, how many people is considered a group?
Oh, that is tough to answer, because in the Gran Lujo you only have a total capacity of 28 guests. So in the northern Spain trains where the capacity is limited, we can go with smaller groups. However, in order to go back and the pricing, I would need the full exact number. I mean, anywhere around 10 plus is what you would be looking at as a group.
Next, to both north and south tours, what are the best months to travel for good weather?
April, May. April and May would be a good combination for doing both of them together, as well as September is a great month for both sides. North starts becoming cold in October, or cooler in October, but September or April, May, those if you want to do north and south together.
And next, how can we secure a brochure detailing all the tours?
I think you can.
I can take that one. I'm going to be following up with everyone via email afterwards. So if you just email me back at travel, TRAVEL, at palacetours.com with your information, your name, I can get that sent to you directly.
And as I said, there is a lot of changes that are happening, and as of today, as I mentioned to you, the Gran Lujo and Clásico, the whole thing is being merged. So probably by next week we will have a very clear picture, and we can give you e-brochures that you can download also as soon as possible, because the new brochures, I want to really wait for a couple of weeks to let them settle down, let the dust settle down, and then we can send out the printed material also.
All right, sounds great. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and we will be following up via email as stated before to answer any more questions and give you all of the information. We hope you have a great evening.
Thank you.